Alright, so I'll just record from start to finish. I'll cut out sections that, I have no problems with, so for the ease of your watching, and hopefully the volume isn't too bad. Rip music. Wink. Alright. I'll see you later. Actually, before I see you later, I actually did watch at the start. Your shmup is fine. Your silo one, I have no problems. Your Marks one, I think you screwed up your early damage glitch here. But that's alright. You can mess that up. There's a new setup here, but it's not important. Honestly, these small little things, right, they're really not important. You're gonna lose like a couple of seconds at max. It's the big time saves that you should worry about. So this one I learnt off Blue Metal, where you basically stand right here, right? So right there, here, on the floor. On the floor, you see this sort of L-shaped thing, metal tile. Stand right, slightly in front of it there. And what this enables you to do is throw your damage glitch, early damage glitch a bit faster. So like right here, if he does that kind of attack, so the one either the thrust or the hammer down, this attack, then you got plenty of time to just react, dodge it, and then throw your damage glitch a bit far away, and you're fine. Otherwise, if he does a flat attack, you just throw an instant damage glitch and it hits him immediately. It's a bit faster. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I got rid of yours. And then crane skip. This one, really simple. The lineup I use for this is just have 2B walk directly into that corner. You see this end of the corner? That's where I go into. It's actually pretty lenient. Oh my god. Open another window. So you see where I go? Just this corner right here. Have 2B walk directly into it. See? Directly into it. And it clips very easy. It works every time. So right now, that was way too far to the right. That was still way too far to the right. That was still way too far to the right. That one you turned last minute. Yeah, otherwise your movement here is fine. Your movement here is a bit awkward. You seem to just, I don't know, do your dashes slightly late, right? There's like a couple of steps in between. But it shouldn't matter too much, honestly. Just, slight improvements. Your silo 2 was fine, like, no problems. The only thing I can really say about your silo 2 is, well, after these lasers, which, your lineup was very, very nice. Once you throw your damage glitch, you can move on a lot quicker. You can start your dash a lot quicker. So right about here, as you throw the damage glitch, you can start dashing away. So right there, you can start dashing away, etc, etc. But, it's not bad. Don't worry too much about it. Your bridge skip, you can start, you probably already know this, but, you can start your bridge skip right about here instead of there. And for your delayed lift, you want to just delay it so that your 2B's feet is right towards that rail sort of mark, that height. That's about it. Honestly, this landing here, I don't really think that's a major time save. Should be fine. Lava out of bounds was all good. You did do this. You did do the pod launch. What's a bit awkward is this, actually, your delayed plunge. Right? After you do the lift here, so your high jump, just plunge straight away without delaying it. Because you're going diagonal, it's slower to delay it, so just plunge straight away. No need to delay it at all. And then for here, you pod launch right about here, which is where, around about where the camera changes, which is good. Like, I find that if you pod launch here, you never go too far to the right, and then you clip every time as long as you're aiming around about straight. So yeah, that was good. And your movement here, you know, you probably know this already. Oh, you messed up here. You probably know this already, but since you don't want to clip through in there, just dash off, double jump, and plunge. Doesn't even need to be delayed. Double jump, dash off, double jump, and it's the plunge. So yeah, your chaining dash is good here now. As for God Laser, I think I had a video way back for someone called Korik, where I explained God Laser for a bit. Yeah, just damage glitch. Just remember, I hate my voice. So yeah, here, God Laser. Fire while that God Laser is the stub. I seem to get God Laser here the most often if I just line myself up with the back wall and then fire off the well, alright, whatever. That's shit. Did I move your thing? Nope. But yeah, God Laser, for God Laser, well, I used to pretty much get it all the time, so I can't really say now, because I suck at God Laser right now, but what I usually did was I just push myself against the back wall. If it's on the right, basically the laser lineup is the same. You want your pod to be right in the middle through the stubbies. So you see your pod is in the right position here, and you actually want to delay your laser slightly so that they start, see how when they start jumping, this is when you wanted to fire up your pod. So actually that is the correct time. It's just a bit slightly to the right. And also I think you're a bit too close to them. You want to be pushed far to the back wall. Oh, actually, no, that's good. That should be good. Maybe your pod was too slightly to the left. It's better to be slightly diagonal, going through right about like that. But you aim too far to the right, which is why this God Laser didn't work, but you were close there. After your dash swing here, which is good, break shield, you can start DGing instantly. DG, spam light as you're taunting. Bit unlucky. This is all RNG, no worries. But this, you do you. You know, you can do that damage glitch this guy early and pod laser these four, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Again, these are all micro optimizations. Kind of only relevant if you're really pushing for like knots level, sub knots. But otherwise it should be fine, and especially if you're intent on running E, then these micro optimizations are kind of irrelevant. Consistency is probably better. Also, what happened there? Yeah, weird camera, dude. Just have your camera behind you. You know, your camera can move. Just you turn your camera to the left so that you're not... Try not to dash into the wall, obviously. Just dash in, and obviously don't dash into the wall like that. You're lucky that you didn't get the birds dialogue. And yeah, let's see your marks 1. Damage glitch early. Alright, simple way to do this, just algorithmify it. Your first damage glitch, stand on the line. You see this line? See this line? Stand next to marks 1 on that line. Lock on. Podfire, obviously. Oh, you're doing it. You're doing it here, which is good. As he's coming down, instant damage glitch. Dash back twice and run for a bit. Stay close to the right side. Long dash twice. Instant back. And then right as he reaches there, you just throw out another damage glitch. Delayed. And then you just keep dashing back twice. Delayed damage glitch as he reaches there. And then once he's there, you just throw damage glitches. Works every time. I'll show you what I do. Imagine if I mess it up. On the line, stand on the line. Instant damage glitch, 2 dashes back. Delayed damage glitch, 2 dashes back, delayed damage glitch. It's just 2 dashes back, delayed damage glitch. And then, since you did 3 damage glitches, you don't need to get to this guy early. No problem. And you only need to just throw out 2 damage glitches. Don't try to throw out more damage glitches after 2 if you got 3 damage glitches in. Because the damage glitch spins for a while, so you're fine. You just get more hit delay if you throw out more. No reason to. See, he's phased quite clearly. No problems. Alright, angles. What the fuck can go wrong? Ninja strat. I changed up my ninja strat. To follow Kana. Yeah, that's all good. Bit sloppy there. Try doing what I do. It's probably a bit better. It's what most runners seem to do anyways. So just double lift. Yeah, and then heavy jump. And I included an extra heavy here because I didn't have enough height. You might be able to cut this extra heavy. So double lift, heavy jump, heavy, or works every time. Or double lift, heavy jump, and then just dash in. And then use the dash momentum to double jump onto the ladder. This guy, this stubby, don't bother slow-moing anything. That stubby never hits you. Like, I never had that stubby hit me. And once you jumped up twice, let go. You do a lift slightly slower. Doesn't really matter. But you can do a heavy jump and then a dash. A bit faster. As for your ninja strat, you seem to have a strat that works for you, I saw, but this is what Kana does. This is what pretty much everyone else does now. And I adopted it. It's really safe. It's really nice. Wait for them to drop down. Be in sort of like this position so that you're in a line with these two stubbies. Slow-mo and DG this guy. And keep the slow-mo held until you can confirm that this guy is dead. DG these guys while slow-moing, same thing in a line. If you can kill all 4 of them, that's perfect. Usually one of them will live, not that much of a problem. And then you dash out, release your slow-mo after. Dash swing these guys to break shield. And then laser, line up your laser. for both of them. The reason why this works really nicely is even if they ninja away, so this time they didn't ninja, but even if they ninja away, the laser hitbox lingers around and it still hits them. So usually it'll work out most of the time. It's super consistent. So yeah, that's a good ninja strat. Like, I've seen your ninja strat, it seems to work out. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If it works out for you, no need to change it. But yeah, like, nothing can go wrong here. And I guess I'll do all this in one take instead. I'm skipping through most of it. Not much can go wrong here. I'll just see you dash punching. Yeah, all good, all good. Just make sure you jump here. Cool. Mashing, mashing, blah blah blah. For getting out of this gates, these doors, try to time your dashes so that you are in the middle of a dash as this door opens. So instead of just spamming dashes like this and see you start a new dash there, just kind of wait, just keep running in place in the wall for a bit. So 1, 2 dashes, and then just keep running. And then you dash out here, and there's 2 dashes, 1, 2, and then SD. This is still probably a bit small time save, might not be too relevant. But yeah, less inputs the better is my motto. Less inputs, less chance of you fucking up. So just run in place. There's time to weapon swap here if you want. Otherwise, just weapon swap anywhere else. And then as the door opens, you dash off. 2 dashes. And you stop at the right place. 2 maximum length dashes stops you at the right place. So it works out. So yeah, the dialogue cancel. Same thing here. Try to be dashing as the door opens. And then just talk to Commander, get the fuck out. I just like to continuously run from around about this point. Just keep running, don't do any dashes. For some reason that seems to keep 9S in dash momentum. I mean in running animation. So right about here, I'll just keep running and do no dashes.
The surface? That means we'll be getting flight units, huh? Better head for the hangar. Usually we can't get near flight units.
Just keep running.
Expensive for us grunts. Too bad they can't.
It seems to always keep him running for some reason. For this, it's just 2 dash punches and a dash. No need to do anything extra. Your dash punching is really quick. You can let him do a couple of steps, like... Yeah, the whole point why I did all my Tazes, right? You know, check out these videos, they should be public. I even did one in bunker because that's like where we do most of our thing. But it actually does like a half a mini step before doing the punch. My Taz. So just try to copy that. It's just drag out your dashes for as long as possible, basically. Easy fix. Yep. Yep. Good.
You're going to have some new weaponry installed from instructions for you. Make sure to commit them to memory.
Yep. Yep. I don't like doing this. I don't think I've seen you get this. I mean, that time you did get this well. It's inconsistent. I like my consistency. I just do this.
Options for you. Make sure to get them to
So I kill these 4. I just drag myself up as I'm swinging my Podfire slowly up, so that's perpendicular. And then I keep it perpendicular, kill the top 2, and then kill the bottom 2. So show you all that happening. So keep it diagonal, swing it up, perpendicular, and drag it down. Drag yourself down. Your Podfire angle doesn't change, you just keep it direct right. So it's diagonal, down diagonal at the start. And then after you kill the one on here, you make the Podfire go directly sideways. You move up to kill this guy, and then you just move down to kill the bottom 2. Pretty simple stuff. I close my fucking PB, not good. Whatever, all good. Can't go wrong. There's a slight micro optimization here where you should not have swinged. I must have fucked up because I said I should not have swinged. But basically, after you kill the first 3 or 4, you wait until you kill this last one, which comes by feel, and then you pod fire the top so that you're not in the swing animation, so you can pod fire him as soon as he comes out, or as he comes out basically. But again, micro optimization doesn't matter too much. Just a thing that it's pretty simple to do, so I'll give it a mention. Yeah, dash punching in there, not too hard. Plunge down. I mean, your dash punching seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, that seems pretty optimal. Just keep this timing in the bunker also. Oh wow, that's so Monka-esque. Jesus. I don't know if you do that usually, but what I like to do, also try to beeline as much as possible, right? But what I like to do is, as a roundabout here, I jump for as little as possible. You only need slight bit of height to actually reset your dash here. So I basically barely jump and I do a dash immediately. Even if you're a bit too low, it clips you above, so you're fine. But what you did, that scared me more than anything. If you're consistent again, I wouldn't mind too much. But yeah, your dash punching timing just grew a bit fast now. So make sure you keep that delayed. Long dashes first. You want her to take like one step or so. You can cross this guy in 1 dash. You don't need to do 2 dash. That's really short. Your dashes are really short. Keep your dash timing consistent. Yeah, just hold your dash for as long as possible.
This must have been quite a city once upon a time. Too bad vegetation's claimed most of it now.
See how your dashes are super short? You want to hold that for as long as possible. It's super short right now. It's inconsistent, at least. Now's a good dash punching. Don't mind. Try not to zigzag like that. Hold slow-mo instead and try to go in a straight line. As straight lines are your best friend. You want to just go straight for as much of it as possible. You went really high up the tree here. So you can double jump right about here. Right about here, double jump and dash through. You don't need to zigzag all the way. You can, I don't know, be facing into the wall.
Might feel nice to have some good weather.
Feeling nice has no bearing on
That should be enough.
So yeah,
Let's get
I jump right about there, and right as you reach it, see I'm like pretty much holding my face into the wall.
Might feel nice to have some
Just
good
do
weather.
that.
feeling nice has no bearing on
that should be enough.
Right about here, right about this place. I jump, hold it into the wall,
Let's get these back to the
and
train.
then dash through.
Plant
Two
life is
dashes,
growing off
two
this
dashes,
area.
double jump,
Plants too.
pod spin, delayed plunge.
Back to the
But you should be fine on that.
plant life is
Yeah,
growing most
two
of this
dashes,
area.
double jump.
Plants too.
You can do your double jump early so that you're not in like less than dash momentum for as little as possible. Plunging is pretty quick. You want to plunge more than less.
Life has claimed most
So
of the central
do your double jump early, 1, 2, instead of 1 spacing out your double jump. Do it instantly.
area.
Pod spin and then delayed lift. Delayed plunge, sorry. So your quest strategy is probably going to be interesting.
Wonder if there are any huge boars and such too.
Yeah, try to keep this as clean as possible. That was really messy. Again, my motto, less inputs, less chance of you fucking up. I hit this guy because you see this level 5 guy? He's usually the quest guy. Quest drop. And then I actually stop my pod fire usually. And then I lock on to this guy. And then damage glitch him. Damage glitch him while taunting. And then just punch him. And I keep on pod firing without slow-mowing. It kills him before he can pull off an attack on time. The reason why I do this is to let this guy, the level 5 guy, approach me as much as possible. And then I don't actually kill this guy. I know this guy's the quest guy. But what I'm noting here is I'm trying not to hit any of the other stubbies with my pod fire. And the reason why that is you see this guy is aggroed, but this guy isn't. Only the quest guys aggro onto you if you pod fire around them. So I'll show you real quick. It's actually pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure Blue Metal has a video somewhere. I actually found this out. I was experimenting around with Damflesh quest strat, and I figured out this was what was happening. Should have prepped this a bit before, but so basically if you go to the quest area and then you just pod fire near them, there's always 4 stubbies and 1 medium biped, but the quest stubbies are the only ones that's going to aggro onto you. So that's a bit loud. I'll just mute it for now. It's going to have some background noise anyways. So yeah, basically, I use my podfire to figure out which stubbies are meant to be aggroed. I'll give you a demonstration right now, although I'll be higher leveled than what I should be. Rip, that's a bit further back than I wanted. Also, you can cutscene skip right before these 2 things align, so that's also a thing. Two dash punches there, always works, always. So hopefully it still works, even if I don't have the quest. No, the quest guys aren't even there. They don't even exist, see? Those 2 stubbies exist naturally, but the quest guys don't exist. So I'll cut this out. Give me a sec. You see there's medium biped and 5 stubbies. See how none of them are aggroed onto me naturally? But if I pod fire, this stubby is not aggroed, this stubby is not aggroed, but the 3 quest guys are aggroed onto me. So this is how I use to distinguish people that are meant to be quest guys. See how that one dropped, that one dropped, that one dropped. This one won't drop. This one, well, they might drop, but it's a random chance. Both of them didn't drop. So that's what I just use to distinguish. So basically, you see here, my quest strategy is shoot this guy so that he's approaching me. As I'm getting to this guy, lock onto the medium biped, don't slow-mo, throw out damage glitch, taunt, and then punch him. Taunt as I'm punching him. Kill this guy, figure out who the guy quest stubby is, using the pod fire thing. Make sure I'm not hitting the other pod stubbies. And you're fine to slow-mo now. I usually slow-mo to avoid them ninjaing me. Slow-mo, damage glitch them once. Slow-mo, damage glitch them once. Pick up all the drops. And leave.
I don't think they're a pain.
Yeah.
So good dash punching now. Keep this up. Now it got short. I can see that you're trying to change your stride length in order to match up so that you can dash swing there. Dash swing for the masked lady. But it's not worth, right? You might as well just keep dashing. You can do another dash punch here, full length dash punch. Dash and then dash swing. You didn't need to do this, is what I'm saying. Well, actually you did do
I
that.
don't think they're a pain.
But you could have just kept on going instead of changing your stride length here. Making these really short. Just keep going and then just do 2 dashes and dash swing, or 1 dash and then run for a bit and then dash swing. Like, all of those are fine. But changing your stride length that dramatically will slow you down more. And also it's more complicated inputs, which means more chance of messing up. Right? Again, minimalistic style is best in my opinion. Yeah, this same thing. Make sure you cut corners as tightly as possible. Make sure you beeline. You see this is the beeline. Make sure you're taking that beeline. Try not to zigzag so much. You're straying left and right from the beeline. I like to actually draw an imaginary line on the ground and follow it, personally. So right now, the beeline will be literally just like that. Let's see how well you follow it. Turn your camera. I don't know how worth it is. Not bad. You turn that corner weirdly though. So all these corners, really think about where you're turning the corners. So there's an invisible wall right here, which is fine. So you're meant to cut that slightly. But then from here, the beeline is there. See? That corner is right around there, off the screen. But you turned way there when the beeline's there. So that was the beeline. And that corner. This corner doesn't have an invisible wall, so you're meant to cut that directly. Next position is here, where you want to lift. You beeline that one well. Next corner is here. Beeline. Chain 2 dashes here. You want to dash swing right at the edge. Chaining 2 dashes does this. You see how you got stuck on the wall for a bit? That's been unfortunate. I mean, not unfortunate, but basically your dash length doesn't work out. Either chain 2 dashes or do what I do, which is I mix up dash punching and dash swinging in order to ensure that I have correct length. So lift, dash punch, dash punch. I guess I was still experimenting around then, but basically you want to dash swing right about there without changing your stride length. You really don't want to change your stride length. So doing 2 consecutive dashes once usually works out, if not, you can do either 2 or 3 dash punches, and then just keep dash swinging, and it will work out. So yeah, I basically told you about beelining. Make sure you're going straight. Make sure you're cutting corners as tightly as possible. That's about it. You want to do that for every single thing. I guess I'll comment on your beeline a bit. That beeline is fine. That beeline is fine. That beeline is fine. You're beelining fine for that section. Just make sure your dash swinging optimally is the same. You take a couple of steps. So again, I have Taz's for dash swinging as well. Nope. Dash swinging. I don't actually have 3D view, but basically, couple of steps. You see how it retracts? Couple of steps. You want to do that, and then you want to cancel your swing right before the sword gets thrown out. Good menuing, I guess. I don't know. I actually don't know how fast that was because I was on ×3. Yeah, good menuing. Better menuing than me. I haven't practiced my menuing in ages. Yikes. I, for the longest time, never heavy holded there because of that reason. I usually always pod launch because I value consistency. I started heavy holding these days, but basically just practice that until you don't get it. Don't get that happening. The lineup, you just want to aim here, right? Pretty simple stuff. You probably know anyways. I'll confirm every single lineup that I know, just to make sure that you know exactly what you want to be aiming for. So that's like really messy, but I guess you got it. General gist of it is you want to plunge down and then start dash swinging immediately. So yeah, that was good. Alright, beelines. That one, you swung way out. This is good beelining. You're going direct path. You're going straight. You're going directly to the next corner. But here, that's way too far to the right. You want to go direct. The next destination is right here, right? Where you want to jump and over. You want to go to the right of this pillar. So the beeline would be like so. Which means that this is way too far to the right. And then you swung left to compensate. So you had the beeline in mind, you just have to do it. Again, camera swinging. I don't know how much worth it that is, but whatever. You can go over this rock. Just hug the corner. Hug the wall. Yeah, you see now I'm going over the rock. Here, I don't even bother with camera swinging. Monka S. But yeah, I hug the wall here, basically. You can go over that rock, no problem. Directly perpendicular, you want to aim for right about here. That clip is free. Just want to reaffirm, I guess. There's a discovery. Adding dash swings is good, but make sure it's consistent. Like, make sure you get it. Getting it is more important. That's good. I like your desert discovery. Yep, no, I like your desert discovery. Very nice. Next pod is here. You want to beeline like that. So you swung a bit more to the right. Or maybe you're going for this sand slide that even I don't go for. Pog! I just don't know how much worth it that sand slide is, and I just can't seem to get it. You're messaging me on Discord right now, Monka S. You don't need two dashes there. After you get the pod, the most optimal would be, here's what you do. You see this beeline that you took, you walk up until you finish the dialogue. And then you see this line right here. There's a line there. That's where the sand slide starts. You just dash directly perpendicularly. And the aim is you want to start the slide right at the end of your dash. Let's see if my PB got it. It's a bit finicky. So yeah, I dashed straight to the left, you see? And here's the line. So yeah, I dashed up slightly, but then I changed course. So that was unoptimal on me. So I did like a couple of steps before I started to slide. So yeah, that's my slide. But that was way too far up, and you definitely don't need to do two dashes. One dash is more than good enough. And that's a very zigzaggy slide. So yeah, don't go way too far up, just cut directly perpendicular. That's the line that you want to start your slide. Well, that's the line that the slide starts, so you should be sliding your start now. And just go over this hill. Beeline straight there. I mean, don't go directly over. That's a bit slow. This hill is a bit steep, but like only cut it around slightly. So the line I would try to take is just something like that. Not trying to avoid that hill altogether. You have a terminal velocity for your slides, so trying to get extra speed by doing that is just not worth it. You zigzag to the left here. I guess your slide is pretty decent, so I won't comment too much about it. Yep, good beeline. You want to start your slide directly above, around about here. More left the better to get a bit more momentum as you're sliding down. And then you do that crossing thing, which is what I do. So, all good. Slides are finicky, so I won't go too much about it. Yeah, nice. Stupid rock. You got it. I just hope this is consistent. I have a different camera lineup, but you know, not my position to it's not my role to tell you how to do anything. You should figure out that on your own. This slide, I suck at this slide, so I'm not going to comment about it at all. That slide seems pretty decent, so you know. Yep, good. Beeline straight there. You're slightly swerving to the right, but it's all good. It's close enough. For this clip, I don't know how consistent you are with this. What I like to do is... So I like to come right to the corner. This clip is funky, honestly. I don't actually know. I like to come right to the corner, do a full high jump, and then try to... This is a bad position. I would not like this position. But try to be on the left side of this broken windowsill, so that if you do a delayed dash, it actually locks you into this position. So if you're a bit to the left, it will slide you into this position. If you're on the right, you need to actually manually slide into that position. But you basically want to be in this position by doing a delayed plunge. And then when the plunge angle is, you aim basically right at this position, like right parallel to this windowsill for the plunge. And because you were on the left side of that windowsill, and because of that that position, because of the delayed part of your plunge, you're going to clip in to the left. So yeah, that sucks. But see, this time around, I'm from the left. It locks me into that position of the left of the windowsill, and then I just plunge straight, aiming straight for the window, and it clips me into the left. Yeah. Good. Beeline straight there. You know what? Slow? But good enough, I guess. I'll just show you mine because it's an easy fix, right? So beeline straight over. And then dash off for that extra distance at the start. And dashing off gives you that dash momentum for your double jump. Double jump in the air. No pod spin after the first jump. So just double jump, pod spin. And then now you see this whole landscape. You want to somehow calculate where you can plunge. So you want to plunge as left as possible, obviously, without falling down. Falling down would be really bad. So you want to calculate the maximum distance you can do a delayed plunge without falling down. For me, I'd say that's about there in this position. So I'm going to be a bit safe and land around about there. I'm probably going to aim there. So yeah, I'm aiming around about there. So delayed plunge. And then if you aimed a bit too far to the right, I mean a bit too far to the left and you're about to fall down, you can cancel the plunge with the SD and then just glide down the rest of the way. For this, there's a more optimal version, but you're fine. And you see, Chicken, you struggled with this a few streams back. Trying to get this, but you see what you did on your PB here? You ran here. You just ran up. That's good. And also 5 here. This might actually demonstrate why it's this where you start your slashes is not important. Where you start your light hold. You can actually do something like this, right? So I start my light hold here. I have to because I don't do any slashes. I don't do any aerial lights. This is like possible. You can do all the way that. This, you know, you can try to use this if you want. It's just an optimization, not important. The reason why I'm showing you that is because to demonstrate that you don't need to start your aerial lights so far through. And remember, because this is a sort of like a mount sort of thing, if you're too far, then you're gonna do an aerial light instead of a light hold. So just be safe. Start your light hold around about here or something. Running to get into the correct position is totally fine. You don't need to be dashing all the way, always. Like, consistency is king, right? Is what I want to say. So you do 5 swings or 4 swings, 5 swings. You got plenty of headroom. And yeah, just don't fail this. Platformless, nice. Alright, decent menuing. Bit slow at the start. I think actually, you forgot you did it here, Chicken. You forgot about the menu, like, you were doing it here where if you press, see, it brings up the menu instantly. You forgot about this. We were telling you about that during your e-run. That's the thing. So yeah, just spam a button, any button, it doesn't matter, when you bring up the menu and the menu will come up instantly. Bit slow here, going to here, but whatever. I'm not going to comment too much about menuing. I don't think it's too important.
What is this?
There's early dawn. Don't worry about it. It sucks. Yep. Making sure that these guys are done is good. If you're inconsistent with this, you know, I recommend you do a little practice. I go right side because there's something called early dawn that I do now, but why I'm showing you mine is because just remember that none of these guys have auto lock on. This is the only part where enemies don't have auto lock on. So you're fine you see I'm closer to these guys than these guys, which I'm trying to kill, but I'm close to this guy, but I'm not going to auto lock on, so I have that knowledge. So make sure you know your damage glitch distance. I know that if I start my damage glitch right around here, 2B's gonna do that swing animation and then throw the sword right on top of these guys. Same thing. It's all about positioning for here. Just remember there's no auto lock on. If I throw my damage glitch right about here, 2B's gonna step forward, swing here, and then throw the damage glitch above these guys. This one, I hit with a swing because it's a single one. A singles, you can do this. Doubles, you want the spinning part to be on top of these guys. So normally, like, you know, beelines are important. I usually say that. So normally you think that I'd beeline straight to them. But remember, for doubles, you want the spinning sword to be on top of these guys. So because of that, if I beeline straight to them, even if I need to either do an instant damage glitch, which is inconsistent at best. And also I need to kill this guy, so the sword needs to be spinning. So I actually don't beeline, because if I beeline over there and do a damage glitch, I'm going to hit them with a swing, and that's not going to kill them. I actually zigzag a little, go sideways a little, and actually have my step go here. Right? So that the sword that actually spins is on top of them. Same thing here. I kind of zigzag like that, turn slightly for that. And then this is early dawn. This is really hard to get. It took me like 3 hours and I'm still not consistent. Oh, never mind. I think I practiced this for like 2 hours at day 1, 2 hours day 2, and like another hour day 3. 5 hours and I'm still not consistent. So don't worry about this. But yeah, that's the thing. Also, like, only 3 people doing runs right now, so... Which is me, Blue Metal, and... Actually, Amei... No, Amei doesn't even do it, so... It saves 6 seconds. It's actually pretty nice. Your pit fight, whatever. Adam fight, this is gonna be pretty interesting. Oh man, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, but... It's actually becoming pretty long. I don't like that. I know a lot of people does that, but I don't like it. It actually doesn't save time. You lose time more than anything because you're punching him before buffing. So I buff on the earliest frame possible. I just chuck the damage glitch. And I buff the earliest frame possible. Hold on. So what I do... is I lock on at the start of the fight, damage glitch, taunt, mash taunt. See, I'm mashing taunt right now, and then buff at the earliest frame. You see, after I throw my damage glitch, how I know when to buff is right here. Actually, I chuck the damage glitch, and then you see I'm in the stagger animation. I can't actually move. But then when I can start moving, I know I can buff. So I buff here, and then I go for a couple of punches. But as you can see, this guy goes like phases even before I get the punches in. See that? So that's a lot faster because you don't have to do those 2 punches. You don't waste time doing those 2 punches. So doing the 2 punches early on is dumb. My opinion. This. The dreaded Adam fight. Monka S. So I did a lot of research into Adam. Here's what I came up with. I'll do a breakdown. So yeah, this might look like I'm just throwing damage glitches randomly, but there's actually a system to it. So I'll break it down. Don't start slow-moing instantly. When he starts flashing like this is when I start slow-moing. So see, I'm not holding slow-mo. I started holding slow-mo there after he started flashing. And the reason why that is important, because for some reason, some manip, I guess, if he starts slow-moing instantly, he doesn't do an attack, and that can mess up his stagger. So he doesn't get staggered. He either doesn't get, well, he doesn't get staggered or he doesn't get hit. Like, he has an iframe at the start. So that's why you hold off on stagger. You obviously throw damage glitch instantly. Same thing, you want to throw your damage glitch right around here so that you do the swing and then the sword spins on top of him, right? You miss on the swing, but the sword spins on top of him. And then at this point, you look at his attack. There's a couple of attacks. The worst one is actually this one. This one, he jumps up and then down, and while he's jumping up, you can't actually hit him. He has an iframe the whole way through. Well, he doesn't have an iframe, he has a super armor, so he doesn't get staggered. And because he doesn't get staggered, it's a pain in the ass to throw a damage glitch on him, and you need at least 2 damage glitches on him in order to get the sword dodge. So what I do if I get this attack is I let him, or actually any other attack, it doesn't actually matter. This one has the longest attack animation also, so this one's the trickiest. But what I do is, this one you have enough animation to throw one more damage glitch at him, but it won't do much damage, that's the problem. Otherwise, you want to... He can punch you, if not. If he goes for the punch, you just dodge straight away. If not, you throw this damage glitch, and then you dodge, and then I release slow-mo. This is key, right? Don't hold slow-mo on him. Release slow-mo so that he finishes his attack. And once his attack has finished, he loses his super armor. So you only have super armor when he's actually attacking. So once his attack finished, which is now, he loses super armor, so you can actually stagger him. So after this second set, after he did his attack and you dodged it, you hit him with 2 damage glitches, and that should be enough. And don't throw any more than 2 damage glitches, unless you cancelled your damage glitch. The reason why that is because if you slow-mo DDG him with 2 damage glitches, it'll be enough to phase him. And if you throw any more damage glitches, he'll put up his shield, which you have to break separately, and that will delay him going up, which sucks. So you want to just throw 2 damage glitches like that and see his phased. I don't do anything after that. I try not to hit him at all. And usually he goes up instantly by that point. Yeah, and also don't pod fire him also. Pod firing him can make him throw up his shield. If he does happen to do a second attack because you screwed up somewhere, again, same thing. We'll let him finish his attack and then stagger him once with like a punch or something. And then don't do anything. Don't do multiple attacks. That kind of sucks. Just punch him once and then leave him. He usually teleports up. So that's phase 1. This is double laser. And hopefully by now you have slow-mo. You have slow-mo still. So this is where I need to improve from you, because you buff right around here, which is very good. I just don't buff because muscle memory, I guess. But buff here, and then try to keep pod firing. I stay right in the middle and pod fire with my pod A. And pray that he throws up his shield. He didn't. Unlucky. Sometimes he throws up his shield, and what that does is if he throws up his shield, you can switch to pod C and then you slow-mo, and that actually breaks his shield and gets him into stagger animation instantly. So that's very useful. If it didn't work, then you just do this repeat of phase 1. Let damage glitch him when he's getting staggered, and when slow-mo damage glitches until he's getting staggered. Usually you can only fit in 2 damage glitches. And then when he starts attacking, stop the slow-mo, let him finish the attack, and then once he finishes the attack and he can start getting staggered again, slow-mo DDG him again. 2 or 3 damage glitches only. You can only fit in that much. So 1 damage glitch, 2 damage glitch, and then I let him finish the attack. I let go of slow-mo right there. Slow-mo, 1 damage glitch, 2 damage glitch. He started the attack. Again, worst one. Actually, his ranged ones are the worst in the second phase. But this one isn't too bad. The attack animation is pretty small. Let go slow-mo, let him finish the attack, and as he's crashing down, I start slow-moing again because he can start getting staggered. It's 3 attacks. And you're good. Oh, my voice is starting to hurt. So let's see how well you did. So you lost your slow-mo, but the same principle applies. Let him finish an attack. Let him finish an attack, and then you slow-mo. And then you DDG him as he's getting staggered. So you see, don't stay close to him. You don't want this perfect evade because you might, like, screw up something. So what I would have done in this situation is damage glitch right here. That's good. I would have done that also. Damage glitch. He can get staggered here. So damage glitch. Damage glitch. You cancelled your damage glitches. Work on your damage glitches. Slowing them down is very much worthwhile. Doing it quick actually loses DPS more than you increase DPS, is what I found out recently. Optimal DDG right here. So this is actually optimal waiting here for the DDG, because the DDG has a lot of ticks that we miss out if you recall the sword instantly and do instant DG after instant DG. So having that knowledge, just slowing down your DG is worthwhile. Just slow it down a lot more. Make sure your DGs are getting thrown and you're not cancelling your DGs. That's the most important part of DDG. So see right now, you're cancelling a lot of your DGs. So lucky there you got iframed, but unless you're really comfortable with iframing attacks, I don't recommend you doing this. I think only Kana does it as far as I'm aware. So you can iframe right now, but what I would have done is at around about this point, dodge, throw a DG, and then when I see him do an attack, I just dash out, and then dash back in, throw a damage glitch as he's coming down. Dash out, dash in. Not bad though. That was a pretty decent Atom fight.
Come on. Through that hole.
Bit of zigzag, right? You can cut this corner, dash here, cut the corner, go above the rocks. That zigzag, cut the corner here, lock tightly also.
Looks like we're safe now.
What the hell just
Next destination is here. You're zigzagging, you can go over the rocks straight.
I've never seen.
Oh, you even go here. Not the best beeline. So I zigzagged here.
It stopped. Looks like we're safe now.
So this is where you want to be. Double jump, next beeline right here over the rocks.
just happened?
I know. I've never seen
Dash swing, you can dash swing above through here.
like that before.
Hug this wall basically. Your next destination is here. Double jump, dash through. Your next destination is right here.
Move to an area with
So I strayed to the left. Your next destination is right about here.
reception so we can contact
Through these. Beeline, beeline. So this is bad. This jump is bad.
machine like that before.
You don't want to do that. Next destination is here. Double jump, dash through. Next destination is here. Next destination is here. What you can do is... My stride length didn't work out this time,
Let's move to an area
'cause I
with better
suck.
reception so we can contact command.
but you want to be in running animation until right about here. And then at here, you just double jump. You double jump right toward beelining straight to the box. And you're able to land there. And from there, you lift, jump, dash, or you just lift and dash, delayed lift and dash. Box clip. You can cancel out that push animation. While you're doing this box clip, don't be like me. While you're pushing the box, this is your time to do a lineup for the box clip. You're probably gonna be pushing straight on the controller anyways. So make sure you get your camera lined up. So this is around about my lineup usually. And then see this box pushing animation? Dash to cancel. Cancel out of it instantly. Do you usually do that backdash? I know like people advise me to do that, but when I was learning, but never actually did that. Yeah, as long as you can get that box clip consistently, don't care what you do, consistency is king. Beeline, corner, cut the corner, next destination here, go straight. You know, you're probably sick of me saying beelines, so you get the point by now. Just go straight towards your next destination. There's a fence jump here now, but it's like 3 seconds faster. And, you know, it's a pain in the ass to learn new things anyways. Unless you want to go for that optimization. Then, you know, your choice, your call.
There's no point trying out unsolvable problems.
I suppose.
Yep, good. Beeline, you strayed too far to the left. You know, go straight. Double lift. Pod spin, bit slow, but whatever. As long as you get it. All these micros optimizations, like all the things I say that are just small things, I'm glossing over. They're really small things. They only save like, you know, 3 seconds max. Usually they're like half a second, 1 second, 2 seconds. Overall, it would probably like add up to only like 30 seconds in the whole run, 20 seconds. No worries, no big issue. For this, do whatever is safe. It's Coaster. Oh yeah, you seem to be really inconsistent with Coaster. Might want anything again. Emphasis, consistency is king. You want to be consistent with everything as much as things as possible. Here's what I do for Coaster. Also, this movement can also be a bit more optimized. You'll generally always hit the Let's Play trigger as long as you dash swing off the rails. So just do any regular dash swing off the rails, like that hit. Did you think that was gonna hit? Well, that hit, right? I don't think I missed Let's Play trigger since I started doing Coaster, like since I started learning Coaster and doing shit. Like, ever since I started incorporating them into runs, I don't think I missed Let's Play trigger. So just do any regular dash swing, jump, and then dash back onto rails. This one is a bit more risky. I won't tell you to do that. If I actually got the Let's Play trigger. Yeah, even I was confused there, but I got it, so. For Coaster, second beam, don't be running. For some reason, I find that if you're not running, it helps. And then when you're at around third beam, right? You jump. Let's go this slowly, right? Not sure if I actually got the Let's Play trigger. So right here, okay, you jump, right? You jump at the third, right before the third beam, and then you can actually visually see it. You want to, at the same height as 2B reaches the same height as the top of the coaster, you want to dash. So yeah, I dash right as right as she reaches top of the coaster. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit tedious. But the coaster, basically earlier the better. You actually do have a sort of a buffer phase. So earlier the better, as long as you just don't do it instantly. Let's see, I'll go frame by frame, right? So I jumped here. Okay, you see this giant leap? If you dash here, you're fine. You're gonna work. If you dash here, where I did dash there, you're fine. If you dash there, you're fine. If you dash there, you're fine. If you dash there, you're still fine. Like, there's a big buffer phase. As long as you see her launching up, right? You see that launch up. Don't do it for timing. I hate, timing. Your muscle memory is inconsistent. It's not good when you want consistency. Do it visually. As you see 2B move up, that's when you start your dash. Don't do it too late. Don't do it too early. It's not jump and then dash straight away. It's as you see 2B move up. That first moment you see 2B move up, you just do a dash. So let's play this back in real time. Not sure if I actually got the let's play trigger. That's where I dash, right? I saw 2B move up, so that's where I dash. Not sure if I actually got the let's play trigger. 2B jump. 2B moves up. I see that motion, so I dash. It works every time. Just see 2B move up and then you dash. You suck. Let's watch the actual good guy do it. Ah, you both suck. And just get spear, I guess. Nothing really much to say. Did you void out and not get spear? Yikes. Dude. That gold. My voice hurts.
What the hell?
Our records don't say anything.
And learn speed dashing. Yeah. You know, whatever floats your boat here. I'm sure you're fine with the combat here. But Vast's pretty straightforward. Don't get hacked. Don't drop your DGs. That's all I can say. Door clip. You need help with door clip? Oh, my brain hurts. Alright, one dash. What the fuck are you doing? I can't. This is not even what I usually do. Holy shit, you're trash. Do I have a footage of door clip? $26. You reckon I did door clip here? Managed to get what? Look at that door clip, dude. That's what you meant to do. Alright. So one dash at the start of your second dash. At the start of your second dash, you hold slow-mo. This takes care of the timing. Right as the door is about to close, so right there. Right, literally right as the door is about to close, you want to go nearly parallel. It doesn't, like, you just aim for this corner right here. The start of the hinge of the door, basically. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as people make it sound. Turning the camera more aggressively helps you line that up better. Also, I messed up. Oh no. Good. But yeah, consistency is king, okay? Fence jump, that shouldn't be hard. Use a small recovery, medium recovery if you don't have a small recovery. And it's just a regular high jump, dude. Nothing you should be struggling. Come through. Also, high jump here. I don't know why you're still high jumping at the ladder. High jump. And dash on.
The bunker directly. They originally came here from outer space, right?
This movement's straightforward.
They all have white flags.
Looks like they really don't want to fight.
You know, what can I really tell you about Death Warp? You just do it.
City ruins.
Oh, for this menuing? For this menuing? Yeah, you just hold down. It locks you at the bait anyways. Also, you can, you know, do your bait in front of the animal, just not too in front. Don't be that guy who puts their bait like literally to the side of an animal because they try to be greedy and put it way in front and then complain. Nice. Just do it reasonably. Get in front of the animal. That's like facing the wall, but get in front of the animal. Don't be like that guy who places it here and thinks it's in front. It's to the side clearly. Reasonable distance. That safety distance. You're gonna save like a third of a second if you place it so much that front in front. Give it a reasonable safety distance. Consistency is king.
What's wrong?
And yeah, door clip, just die to the animal. For this, don't know if you know it already, but for the animal, pod fire him for a bit. Yeah, so pod fire him for a while. Not so long, so that he gets staggered one more time. But if you pod fire him for more than like, you know, half a second, so for a little bit, quite a bit.
What do you think?
So I pod fire him for a little bit there, and he pretty much guarantees an attack every time. And you want to not be running when you die. You want to not be in a running animation when you die. So you can SD to cancel your movement or your hold still. If you're in a running animation, the death animation is longer. So you want to be still when you die. Die instantly.
You're,
Well, not instantly, but shorter.
We're not a threat?
you're
Dialogue cancel. Movement there. It's basically what I'm gonna... You know what I'm gonna say. Next target, beeline is there. You're straying to the right. After this corner, next target is there. Beeline was there. You're straying too far to the right. You know, just beeline.
dangerous, but we're not going
Next target, way over there. Beeline is here.
We should be careful.
Right. Stay on the beeline. Draw an imaginary line. Engel's Hole. What can I say? No one's consistent at that shit. I use remote liner where you want your character facing like not quite parallel, but almost parallel, slightly more to the right. So yeah, you were facing inwards like that when you jumped. You want to be facing slightly like that. Engel's Hole. For this, instead you can jump up like this. I suck at this. I'm probably the worst at this. You can jump up like this. If you can get the double lift this way, great.
2B, displaying data on central wiring hub.
But like what blue metal does, I'll show you what blue metal does, which is pretty nice, and I want to adapt to what blue metal does. Hopefully you didn't get Engel's Hole, that would suck. Nice.
Fake. Patched.
Oh man, he landed there. What a god. But basically he walks up. He walks up to the hole. You see this rock? You go around that rock and you can actually just naturally walk up. Walk up and then double lift there. It's looks pretty natural. This, pray that you don't get missiles. If you get missiles, unlucky. There's like some really good movement here. Like doing that sort of thing. I decided to screw that. I can't get that consistently. So I think I might try it in this run. Because, I don't know, I think it's pretty recent that I stopped doing it.
This is your commander for the first time in centuries.
But basically, yeah, I just jump over. I just beeline. I just take the beeline and I just jump over the vines.
These are the creatures that are in
I do the dash swinger on top of that one because it's pretty easy.
machine life forms on this planet.
And you can go to this corner and dash swing off. I do it slightly more to the left for safety. But beeline to that hole.
This long
But it seems to be underground.
Hold SD to maintain momentum.
if we can destroy them.
So yeah, that's way too far. You can just do it like around about here, dash swing off, delayed plunge. You want to beeline there, you beelined over here. Not good.
Underground.
You even landed.
Way underground.
Even worse.
Guess we'll see once we get there.
Hold SD to maintain momentum, etc, etc. Not much here really can go wrong. Yeah, adding the pot spin there is good. Adds extra safety. But yeah, do you not do the SD heavy there? Do a full high jump there. You know, get on top. Get on top of here and then do a full SD heavy jump, full high jump. I usually don't include a pot spin and just glide on, but you know, your choice. You can't lose time here, it doesn't matter. Dialogue cancel, straightforward. My voice is dying. Pray for RNG, VC3, RIP minimap. Bonka S, I need my minimap. No VC3, Pip hands. Do you? I personally equip resilience first because I don't want to do that maths, but your choice. There's a better mum skip now, you know, right? Oof. This one's pretty free. But you just have a running start. Have a running start, jump around about here. Pod spin, heavy, SD heavy. Optional if you want extra height. Pod spin, heavy, SD heavy, jump, pod launch. Pod spin. If you did an SD heavy, you can't SD cancel the pod spin, pod launch. And then add in the heavy before the plunge. So just don't do the SD cancel. Pod launch, pod spin, heavy, delayed plunge. It's pretty free. I'll, you know, stop with the beelining. You're canceling your DG still. You see? Let me actually diagnose your DG canceling. Let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, you'll watch this. See that? That was also a good example of what you do usually. You threw a DG I don't know what weapon slot this is, but I'll call it weapon slot 1. You throw another DG, and then you weapon swap. So your first DG disappeared. You threw... Yeah, you recalled your sword again, you see? No sword. You throw the DG and then you weapon swap. You need to weapon swap and then throw the DG. Again, slow it down. Slow it down. Fast DDGing does not equal better DPS at all. You threw the DG and then you weapon swapped.
What do you expect? I'm a skit. Check this guy. He's just
Yeah, fix that up. You can... Yeah, there's an invisible wall there to the left of the rock. I go to the right of that pole.
the forest is just ahead.
Rip rock. Beeline over there. Beeline, next destination is here. From here, I beeline there.
Looks like the forest
To the
is just
corner.
ahead.
From here, I beeline to the corner. Etc, etc. I close my fucking PB down. God damn it. You know, good enough. You can dash swing up, bit to the left. You see this rock over here? You can dash swing up that. Or speed dash off that in my case. So yeah. Otherwise, the rest of your movement is good.
Don't listen to what they're saying, 2B.
See, I can tell that you watched other people's VODs and you figured out what movement is done from other people and you're trying to copy it, which is great. But then what infuriates me is when new players that go like, oh man, I can't improve. And then you realize, like, you can see from the playing that they have no idea what the beeline is, how people do, like, move around, and, like, what other people do. And it just infuriates me because you haven't even tried to get good and you're complaining that you're not good. Anyways, for this, just keep it safe. I don't know why you're trying to cut so many inputs and then failing, but do it safe. Lift from the corner, lift, heavy jump, heavy dash. What did you try to do? I think you just tried to lift, heavy, jump onto it. Lift, heavy, jump, heavy. You just lift, jumped, heavied. Yeah, now you did lift, heavy, jump, heavy. And dashed. So, no reason to try to cut so many corners. Alright, I won't judge. Alright. Again, consistency is king. If you're not 100% consistent, better go do some practice. You know, clip out anyway. Doesn't really matter. Don't clip back in. Consistency is king. Nice. See, if you don't go to the right enough, so you have to kill the guys in transporter anyways, but if you don't go past, like, let's say, I think it's like this rock or something, like that one, that's good enough. The guy here doesn't spawn, which is great. It means you get to you don't need to jump over that first guy. These guys will always spawn though, so you have to jump over. Nice pod launch. Good enough, at least. A2. This is where... What the godly A2? She just kept perma-staggered. Damn, lucky. This is, but yeah, A2 will have a lot of variance depending on whether she wants to get staggered or not. This is where not dropping your DG inputs really matter. Right, once you get a bit comfortable with DGing, you can do this sort of shit right here, where you just iframe everything and abuse your resilience. Get hit once, and it's the same as Adam. While she's attacking, she has a super armor. So, except this time you're able to take hits because you have resilience. Abuse your resilience, attack her after she completed an attack so that she gets staggered. So that was a good example of an A2 fight. Not a good A2 fight, but a good example of an A2 fight. For this, yeah, pretty straightforward.
It'll be faster.
Transfer data, resistance cam.
9F. Still, machines.
Nice. You can cut this corner a bit. There's a platform here that you can do an dash off. You can cut this corner like around about this much chunk. The actual walls of the soft lock is quite a bit in there. You might want to take a look inside and see how it is. I spaghettied that movement so hard, didn't I? Oh wow, what did you do? Nice. Alright, cool. I don't care what you do there.
Let's take
As long as you get it.
can be home and come on, 2B. It still feels good.
Droids don't.
You know, standard combat. Nothing really to optimize here. This one, if you have spear, you just taunt him, start slow-moing him. Lift, light, heavy, plunge, double pod laser. That usually kills that guy. Good enough. I usually hold the slow-mo because this guy usually starts spinning. I don't know why he didn't start spinning for you, but you got a bit lucky there. And you just do the rest of these guys. You're a bit sluggish in a lot of things, right? Like, you stood still there for like half a second for no reason. Just start attacking them straight away. But yeah, mostly your combat probably is the biggest factor that you can improve on right now. Combat and movement. See, I was saying a time of, 128 or so. Sub 30. Basically 130 is achievable by just being decent with skips. Sub 30 is easily achievable, easily achievable by just being decent with skips. You don't even need to be good at combat or movement. Your getting good at movement will save you 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes from that 130, and then combat will save you 2 minutes to 3 minutes, so another 2.5 minutes. Overall, you're going to save another 5 minutes to get 125, and from 125 downwards, it's micro optimizations, right? So that's why top 5, anything sub marbles is basically free.
Enemy aerial unit destroyed. Reverting back to area reconnaissance.
So right now your focus should be at movement and combat, which is why I'm giving you as much movement and combat tips. You know what? You can't go wrong at Gun, surely. Just 5 swings, 4, 5. Make sure you try to get 0 cycle on time. If you get bad cycles, unlucky. Ground will screw with you no matter what. Drown Warp. Bit sluggish. Just do a dash instantly. Even if you're not in the running animation, as long as you did the dash, just do a dash instantly. Don't even bother turning the camera. You can turn the camera as you're doing the pod spin. Dash, and then you can start jumping straight away. You have the dash momentum. You don't need to be in this running animation. Run is so long, dude. So yeah. Dash, jump. Also, don't hold your dash. If you're going to be in the running, if you want to be in the running animation, at least don't hold your dash. God damn it. Short dash. Don't hold your dash like that. Just tap it. I hope that heavy is unintentional. Beeline. Unintentional. Drown Warp. You're a bit far. You just need to be anywhere close. Not even behind that building. That structure. You see, like, this structure? You need to be just, like, the borderline is like here or something. Just like that or something. So anywhere close to that, it doesn't matter. You don't even need to be behind it. I just plunge down here, slightly behind it. Just cut the corner. Because why not? But you can, people will like drown there and it's still fine. But that's way too far, right? Transporter. If you're not gonna do transporter, then use blue metal lineup for CCC. So here's blue metal lineup. You see this crack? You see this crack sort of thing? There's like 2 of them. It doesn't matter. Anything in between those cracks should be fine. You line it up with this crack, or this kind of jagged edge, and these anywhere between these 2 cracks. This edge lines up with that corner. Do you see the crack and the edge? Works every time. You do a dash swing here, or you do a pod launch. Pod launch works. I started doing speed dash there. Probably a bit faster. Mansplaining. If you're fine with doing this, you say you're consistent with this. If you're fine with that, I'm not gonna call you out on it. I'm just saying this is faster, which means you have, if you do end up screwing it up, you have more chances. And you have more chances of doing the mansplaining, and this is like consistent AF. Line it up, this box to the window, second sill, 100% works all the time. You don't even need to be going too straight, but try to go straight from here, and you do an instant lift, which gives you a constant height always, and you just go straight, triple light. It always works, and it's consistent, really consistent. You just can't mess it up. Like high jump, you can have variance in height and how much you delay and things, but it's so fast that you have like 2 or 3 attempts. Well, you don't have 3 attempts, but you have 2 attempts before it's optimal. If you mess this up once, then it's already unoptimal. You can probably squeeze in 3 attempts and it will be like barely suboptimal. So combat I already mentioned, don't cancel your DGs. Let's see how many DGs you cancel. Start buffing straight away. Where's your buffs? I throw out my DG. And right in this animation, I use my buffs. And I start taunting them straight away. You cancelled 1 there. You cancelled 1 DG. I think you cancelled 2 already. You cancelled 1 or 2. You cancelled 1. Alright, good enough. So you keep cancelling your DGs right at the start. What do you do here? You do the slow one? You do that. Just make sure you're consistent with it, okay? That's a big time loss, that hurts.
New trends or behaviors among the machines.
This is just movement. If you speed dash good enough, then you get there before Pascal all the time anyways. So you should be fine. Also, don't hold your SD for so long. You barely made that. This is pretty easy high jump. Tap SD. Might be hard with paddles, I guess. But yeah, your movement's good enough. Nothing happens. Unless you're me and you void out an A to Z. Heavy hold clip. I usually do spear clip here now. Works exactly the same principle, doesn't matter. It's pretty easy clip. 9S room, I'm assuming you do pod launch. If you're 100%, okay, here's what I'm gonna say. If you're 100% consistent with this, keep it. But only if you're 100% consistent. If not, I recommend you switch to spear. There's a reason why pretty much everyone does spear now. It's consistent. It's easy. I got super consistent with it in like 5 minutes. What was it? Technology questions? Look at this. Look at this. You know what the splits this is? This is the A to Z this is the Mook's Room elevator walking auto scroller split. This is not a time save, that should exist. But yeah, you do a lift here, heavy, jump, heavy, and then you do triple light. Heavy, SD heavy, jump, triple light. And when you aim your lights, you just want to aim to the left edge of this pipe, and that's it. Clip through instantly, easy. You have 3 tries. The first light can clip through. If not, you do 3 lights. It'll only take you like 15 minutes to get it 100% consistent. It's faster than doing this pod launch anyways. For this clip, I have a special way of doing this that works 100% of the time. This is way too far to the right. It's super easy. Watch this. Works 100%. You do a lift, and then you want to be as low as possible. I like to just start from the bottom and slide up using a delayed plunge, and then you just go as left as possible. I'm serious, you just go as left as possible. You'll always clip through. I'm just pretty much going straight left. I mean, it's not straight 90 degrees left, but it's close enough to that. It really is. See my controller? I'm almost going straight left. Not so left that you're 90 degrees, but like a bit more left than the pipe. Like the pipe direction, go in the same line as the pipe direction. Again, your height, this clip is height dependent also. The clip angle changes depending on your height. So you keep your height as low as possible and then go almost just straight left around about this angle. Right there. So that's about the angle. Yep, don't land that. Do whatever here. I used to just walk all the way too, so no biggie. You can optimize that obviously by dashing. If you, just in case you don't know, if you're stuck in Infinite Fall, you can just dash to get free of it. And if you accidentally if you used up your dash, but then you still are stuck in Infinite Fall, you can still start gliding and then pod spin out also. Soshi, DGs. Look at that gold. Throw a DG out beforehand. Do you know the timing for this? 6 swings after 98%. 99ers calls out 98, and then you just do count 6 heavies. 6 heavies. And then it drops you down right here. Throw out a damage glitch instantly, so that you have one spinning, at least one, preferably 2 spinning on him before the shield comes down. Also, you have something called a half cycle here. If you have like no crit chips or something, or just in general, if you don't think you can get 0 cycle, then you can go for the half cycle. I'm pretty sure I go for the half cycle because I have VC2 no crit. So in this case, so normally you do 6 swings. I think I do 3 or 4. So 3 heavies. Oh shit! No, I messed up. 4 heavies. I guess I do 3. Taunt him, and then I go behind him. And what that going behind does, see, I threw out my damage glitch early. So there's 1 spinning on him, 2 spinning on him. And I'm doing slow-mo DDG, and what that does is this is where he usually thresholds around about. But then like this is where he starts dropping his legs and going into the 0 cycle animation, but obviously I haven't thresholded him yet. But one of his attacks that he can do is just turning around. If you're behind him, he just turns around like that. So that's the half cycle. And then now he goes into that animation where he drops his legs. Easy. So yeah, you got the half cycle here too, I guess. What are those self-destruct kitties? Holy shit, dude. Don't scare me like that. Not the self-destruct sound, but your HP bar. You can learn Sharpie Skip here if you want. Either, if not, even Nosta's Fence Skip doesn't really matter, I guess. Hopefully you know how to clip in with Spear for the lava out of bounds. Might be useful. It's faster and it's a bit easier in my opinion.
No thanks.
Rip plunge. So basically the most optimal movement, I don't even think I did it in my thing, right? Yeah, dash off, double jump, don't do a pod spin, but glide down until you're around about this area, and then you just plunge down to the bottom platform, and then you plunge straight off again.
I see. I'm not.
I won't talk about beelines. You get the point by now.
Good luck.
Also, my throat is hurting. God damn. Slow down your DGs. Don't drop any of them. I've seen people do that. I've seen Kana do that. I don't think it's a bad thing. Keep doing it. 3 DGs is enough for this guy. So yeah, you cancelled a lot of your DGs, which is why you didn't kill him in 3 DGs. For this guy, just don't die. Make sure he's taunted. Oh, look at that Vault Salves. OP. Yep. Hit him in the back for Suck Manip. This guy, you slow-mo DDG him, I think. So that he doesn't do all these stupid animation.
There's too many.
You slow-mo DDG this guy. I don't like to slow-mo DDG these guys. Yep, you go slightly right. Around about that position is good. You mash taunt and you slow-mo DDG. You got a crit, you should be fine. Even without a crit, you should be fine, but it's better. Nice. Good, good. It's sad that you don't have a pod program. Pod program, you want to get a skill salve. You don't slow-mo these guys? You should go for a 0 cycle here. I mean 1 cycle. So face skip. Hopefully you don't drop. Okay, yeah. But you should slow-mo DDG Eve phase 1. Yeah. So this is VC2, no crit chips. Get my any percent time down to a sub 24. Little did he know, this is the sub 24 run. So yeah, you see that skill salve? I'll show you a way to pick that up. Get 1 cycle, I'll be sad. So you can get 1 cycle even with VC2 no crit. Just slow-mo DDG all the way. Okay. And then you can also get phase skip. No reason to not go for it, I guess, anymore. So this is where your skill salve would be very useful. I'll show you my fight. It worked out very nicely. Lock on at the start, mash taunt, and then I actually just try to mash taunt and get him taunted ASAP before buffing, because you have plenty of time to buff here. Taunt and then mash taunt, and then once he starts doing the attack, that's when you buff up. I start a pod launch. You want to keep a certain distance away from Eve. So this is the distance that you want to keep off. And you do a pod launch. And it sends you straight to him. So pod launch, and then I start buffing up right here. And then this is where you need the skill salve. And then you slow-mo as you're pod launching. And you have time to do the full aerial. If he's not taunted yet, while you're approaching him with the pod launch, just keep him taunted. You want to taunt him before you do this aerial. So 2 light, heavy, SD, insta plunge, and then fire off your double laser. Until he does his next attack, you pod fire him with pod A down as much as possible. Again, keep this distance. He's starting his next attack. So you pod launch, swap pod, and you slow-mo. If he just stands still, you can just pod launch him. Just pod launch him when you have a specific distance that he's not moving, basically. You want him not to be moving. Yep. So pod launch, same aerial, laser, and then here's why you want that skill salve. If you swap to pod A right now, then you can SD the pod program will have slow-mo, so you can SD him instantly without worrying about him moving too far away or iframing, which is why you want to pick up the pod skill salve. So right now you see here I'm swapping back to pod A. I'm SDing him. Oh, please. Nice. So here, the reason why you can see that I need that skill salve for the slow-mo. See, I'm slow-moing right now, and he was actually right about to move away. So if I didn't have slow-mo there, he would have moved away too far. Nice. Oh, very good phase 3. If phase 4 is good, this is a very good... Yep, that was a very good phase 3. Let's see how you do. So yeah, no pod launch strat or anything. You do a lift strat. Pod launch is just really a lot better. You probably want to practice that Eve fight. I'll show you where to pick up the skill salve a bit later, once I see the Eve phase 4. Don't keep approaching him. He moves further away if you keep approaching him. So you either do this, which is what I was doing until very recently, and you keep him at a certain distance. You know that pod fired, a pod launch distance? It's the exact same distance. So you keep him in this distance, and he barely moves. For once, cooperate. Nice. Good so far. Come on, Eve. One more. And then right as his last attack goes, now you can start moving into him.
Oh,
Except he didn't get phased. So got a bit unlucky.
Oh, that was almost the best phase forever.
So yeah, you want to either keep that distance or alternative, which is actually a lot easier to do, just stand still. I'll show you what I mean. It's actually insane. I saw this from Knots.
Back me up, 2B.
Look at what Knots does. It's insane. He stands still. And you know what Eve does? Eve puts him in the optimal... Eve comes and approaches the optimal distance. Yeah, that I was talking about, that I kept him in. And then Knots just stands still. And Eve doesn't move. Eve just doesn't move. If he stands still, he doesn't move. Like, Knots keeps moving around for some reason, but if you stand still, he just doesn't move.
Pogger!
And you just move in at the end. It's insane. There's even Cypher does it. You what, mate? Why is it in the background? Cypher. Watch this epic phase 4. Alright. Cypher, stand still, I think. Yo. You just stand still. And Eve doesn't move, you see? Eve just doesn't move. Or barely moves is what I should say. It works out. So yeah, you do that. You just stand still. That's what I started doing. Okay, so that's your run. Yeah, the skill cell. You pick it up. Right here, after A2. After A2, you visit Pascal's village, right? There's a chest right here, and it gives you a skill cell. That's the skill cell that I picked up. So yeah, there's your skill cell that you need.
Sorry, Pascal.
Alright, so, to summarize, practice your DDG, practice your movement, practice getting consistent at skips, pick up that skill cell, practice your boss rush, your Eve battle, Eve fight, and that should put you at around about 125, 124. So yeah, have fun. Hopefully this didn't turn out too long.